Good morning, van lifers. In this video right here, I want to talk about curtains. Van curtains are very important. They can give you privacy when you're camping and you don't want peepers to be looking inside your rig. They can enable you to stealth camp in cities, and they can also insulate your vehicle depending on the types of curtains that you choose. Over the years, I've experimented with a few different types of curtains. I've made my own, had curtains professionally tailored, bought cheap curtains on Amazon, and most recently I acquired some insulated van curtains made by Adventure Van Company. In this video, I want to talk about curtains as a whole. I want to discuss things that have worked for me, other things that haven't, and I also want to review the latest addition to my curtain arsenal, the insulated curtains I mentioned that are made by Adventure Van Co. Quick disclosure, I'm not being paid for this video, and all of the opinions I'm about to express are 100% honest and my own. Let's hop to it. First things first, I want to walk you through some of the different curtain setups that I've had in the past. So the first curtains I got tailored. They cost me around $100 because getting something professionally sewn isn't cheap. And I attached them to the back of my van using Velcro. So I bought some Velcro pieces that were sewn onto the curtains themselves. And then I also purchased sticky Velcro that I put in key places as needed. These curtains accomplish basically one goal. They prevent people from looking inside your van. So if there's creepers walking around, they're not going to be able to see you inside your rig. Where they fall short is A, they still let a little bit of light through so people can see that you're camping. So if you're ever trying to do a stealth camp in the city, these aren't going to be good for you. They're going to tell people there's somebody in the van. We can't see what they're doing, but they're definitely in there. B, and perhaps most importantly, these curtains do nothing for insulation. On cargo vans, windows are nice because they allow you to see and not run people over. If you have passengers in your ride, they also allow people to see outside the van and thus have a more enjoyable ride. The downside to having windows is that they release heat and cool air. In the summer, cold air escapes through the windows. In the winter, hot air escapes through the windows, so they're terrible for insulation. My first set of curtains didn't do anything to help this. So it's just a very thin sheet of fabric. There's no added insulation in curtains of this type. So you might be looking at these curtains and thinking, man, you spent $100 on curtains that don't even fit the windows? It's true. When I was talking to my seamstress about making these curtains, I got a bid for custom fitted curtains, and the bid was exponentially higher. So the fact that I just roughly measured the window size and gave her the curtains to make, that cost $100. Had she come and measured all the windows and designed curtains for those windows, it would have cost exponentially more. I'm talking a few $100 for the back windows, a few $100 for the side windows, and then like $500 for the front of the cab. This would have put me in the roughly $1,000 tier for curtains that aren't even insulated. The next curtains that I played with, I made myself. So I went to the store, I bought a thicker fabric because I thought it would insulate better, it wouldn't be as see-through, and I decided to make them myself in order to save some money. While I did save some money, the sewing project took my girlfriend and I 4.5 hours. The curtains definitely look droopy and homemade, and we discovered that because the van has many different types of contours, it's not very easy to design a curtain that fits it perfectly. What I learned from Curtain Project 2.0 is A, you can save money, but it'll look like you save money too. Our curtains are just droopy and kind of silly looking. Above all else, these curtains still do nothing for insulation. They do reduce the amount of light that spills out onto the street if you're stealth camping, but insulation with these curtains is still a problem. They're not going to keep you warm when you want to be warm. They're not going to keep you cool when you want to be cool. Next up on my curtain escapades, I bought a cheap window screen off Amazon that's specifically tailored for Sprinter vans. This thing costs about $40, and the nice thing about it is it's relatively compact and fits the windshield nicely. It also has a little bit of padding to it, thus meaning that it insulates a little bit more than the fabric curtains, but in practice I found that it's still not that much. So for example, if I leave my car in the sun on a hot summer day, say it's 90 degrees outside, within about 10 or 20 minutes, the temperature will increase rapidly in a car that's not running AC. So basically this window screen just prevents your dashboard from melting in the sun. Otherwise, it doesn't do a whole lot for insulating the van. But if you're trying to sleep in your van, maybe you stayed up late and you just want to get a couple hours of Z's in as the day progresses, you're not going to really be able to sleep past 7:30. Your car is still going to get very hot. The newest addition to my curtain arsenal is the Adventure Van Company curtains. These things are a complete game changer. For one, they look beautiful. They just absolutely look gorgeous. They don't look handmade. They completely fit every nook and cranny in every perspective window. These are the Ferrari of the curtain world. They're extremely beefy. They're made out of heavy fabric. They have insulation in between the fabric. They come in several different pieces. You can see there's 2 big pieces for the side windows. We got 2 smaller pieces for the back windows. I have a crew van, so I have windows on the side and the back. And you can see there's a 3-piece insert for the cab. So this includes the front windshield and both the side passenger and driver windows. They have tiny little pouches that hold magnets, which means that installing them is an absolute breeze. So when you go to install, say, the back curtains, you literally just throw them up and the magnets stick where they're supposed to, and as a result, you get a perfectly tailored curtain in exactly the right place. The same is true of the side curtains. They install very easily. Just throw them up, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The cab curtains attach to the windows in a slightly different way. They have a strip of Velcro that's sewn onto the perimeter of each panel. The package also includes a little pouch that's made of Velcro. The pouch contains a magnet, so you stick this pouch anywhere you like. This enables you to attach the curtain perfectly to your van. I'd also like to note that the insulation package for the cab of a van has double insulation in it. So they're thicker because obviously the cab gets hotter. These insulation panels also have 2 sides to them. One side has a reflective shiny side for when it's really hot. The other side of the curtains is made out of a dark gray material. This means that you can flip them over when you want to be stealth, like if you're city camping, and this makes your van less assuming. Additionally, you can purchase some accessory straps that also have magnets in them, and these things attach to the curtains perfectly and enable you to roll them up and down, so you can then store the curtains on the windows that they're designed for and not have to fuss around with where you're going to put these things because they are relatively bulky. The fact that they're very thick and beefy for insulation purposes makes them take up a lot of room. So instead of designating a spot in your van where you're going to store these in a bin in a cupboard, you can just roll them up and store them on the windows. And they don't really obstruct view. They just fit nicely where they're supposed to fit. Another key feature of these curtains is that they are blackout curtains. They don't let light in or out of the van. So if you're camping inside your van, you're cooking, you're reading, it's late and you don't want people to know that you're in there, they're not going to be able to see you from outside. There's going to be no indication to the outside world that there's somebody in a van doing his or her thing. Okay, so here's a realistic look at just how well these curtains keep the light out. So as you can see, it's noon. It's really bright out. I'm not lying. And then I'll just give you a tour of the van. Look. I mean, that's about as blackout as it gets. There's a couple little cracks, like right there, but that's probably due to me just not putting them up 100% correctly. See, if I adjust the curtains, the cracks can be improved, if not disappear altogether. Here, let me just close the doors so you'll see what I'm talking about. So, boom. Couple little cracks, but I'd say that's pretty darn good. I've been playing around with these curtains for about 2 months. Currently it's summertime. I've been all over Southern Oregon and California. Temperatures have exceeded 105 degrees Fahrenheit, and I found that these curtains have enabled me to sleep in my car even when it's hot out, which has not been something I've been able to do in the past. These Adventure Van Co. curtains are not cheap. That's perhaps the only downside to the curtains. For a full set of curtains, it costs roughly $1,200. This includes the entire cab, which is 3 windows, the side windows, which is 2 more, and then the 2 rear windows. So the total cost is roughly $1,200. So for some people, this is definitely going to be outside their budget. That being said, if you choose to invest, I think you'll be very satisfied with this product, and it will contribute to an overall more pleasant experience. Your quality of life is going to be better. If you're somebody that travels extensively in your van, if you're somebody that lives in your van, insulation should be at the top of your list because that's going to make your life more pleasant, more happy. If you're somebody that's kind of like a fair weather camper, maybe a weekender, I think you could definitely get by with just simple, inexpensive curtains. Either make them yourself, get a tailor to do it, or buy them on Amazon. Though keep in mind that having curtains customly tailored, as I already mentioned, won't necessarily equal a cheaper curtain. Overall, I am extremely pleased with these curtains. They're absolutely beautiful. The design is impeccable. They're a high quality product that's very easy to recommend because they will serve you for many, many years. If this is a solution that you've been looking for and you want to save a little bit of dough, use promo code Sergey10. This is not an affiliate code and I don't get anything from it. It's just a way to help you save some dough. If you'd like to learn more about the Adventure Van Co. curtains, please visit their website. I hope this video was helpful for you. For more videos just like this that are completely different, subscribe to my channel, Butenko Films.